very cheerful good morning to all of you. It gives me an immense pleasure to extend you to a very warm welcome on behalf of a city university who has clubbed all of us for the Technoveta Secure Solution 22. It's a 24-hour non-stop hackathon. I welcome all dignitaries, Worthy Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Healthtech Sir, Head of School Engineering, Dr. Jasprit Kaur, Head of IT Department, Dr. Manish Kaushal Sir, and faculty members and my friend. Now we would like to request all the dignitaries to come forward for lighting the lamp.
Good morning to one and all present over. Very good morning. Thank you. It's a great honor and privilege for me that CT University and CT Group, we are organizing hackathon competition over here. And with a beautiful theme, Technoveta. It's a befitting theme. Beautiful theme and need of the hour theme, that is very important. So I welcome our own friend Professor Soni, who has come all the way from Chandigarh. Sir, thank you so much for your kind presence and sparing your valuable time. And sir is a stalwart in cybersecurity field. And big round of applause for Mr. Soni. Sir's name is registered with Limca Book of World Record. He has written more than 164 books till date on cyber and technology, different technologies also. Again, जोर की ताड़ी होनी चाहिए आपको. I extend a hearty welcome to our own Dr. Jasprit and team of School of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Manish Kaushal, Director IT, my friend Dr. Jasjeet, Director Placement, and all my young friends, my own students. You are the real budding professionals. I am so excited today, I am so happy also that I have seen the energy and enthusiasm in you guys, and most of the students are from first year. I learned from Dr. Jasprit. So it's a great achievement for City University that we are getting bright students in our university. So what is the real meaning of hackathon? Two words, hack and marathon. When you talk about hacker, it means a smart coder, a smart programmer. and number 2 is marathon. So it's a sprint. So guys, this 24 hours competition will be a real marathon. It will be a great learning experience for you all guys. Reason being, it will give you a real picture of what industry is doing, what is happening in the industry. You will be able to solve complex problems also that needs creativity, intellect ability, technical ability, and the best part is teamwork. It will be a wonderful experience for all of you. And after 24 hours, you will see. You all will come up with a very beautiful solutions also. We are giving you complex problems, but end of the day, if you have achieved solution, that will be a great achievement from your side. That is all Technoveta is all about. We are preparing you for our upcoming event Cyberthon, which will be at national level, and also it's a rehearsal of Smart Hackathon event 2022, which is always organized by central government of India at the national level, wherein we have already applied for around 11 entries. Let's see what happens. But this is a real training in itself. For any computer professional, coding is not simple. It's a complex. Reason being, you need to solve real life problems. With your skills, you can make it very easier for people because they are getting solutions. But see the hard work and sweat you will put in for devising or developing that particular product. So most of the problems are practical. Most of the problems are need-based problems for the society. That is very important. And when we are talking about emerging technologies, so you will be implementing and playing with the technology with the out-of-box innovative approach. So I'm thankful to each one of you for giving your consent, for participating in this event. So though we are a new university, young university, but we are getting a lot of energy from you people, and hopefully by Cyberthon we'll be getting more than 400, 500 entries. Your word of mouth will spread among the masses of other students also. Only passionate student will participate in these type of events. Reason being, 24-hour coding is not easy. So I would like to congratulate all of you. I wish you all the best for this event, and I'm thankful to all the organizers for organizing this event at such a scale. Thanks to all the supporting staff, administrative staff, those who are taking care of your food, residential facilities, boarding, lodging, and all other amenities we are providing. Thankful to the management also. Once again, big round of applause for all of you. Many, many congratulations, and wish you all the best. Have a grand success of this event. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Today we have with us expert speaker Mr. Arun Soni. Arun Soni is an international acclaimed author and cybersecurity expert from Chandigarh. He has authored 164 books for colleges, schools, IT, AI and cybersecurity. His books are widely read in India and abroad by millions of students. His latest book, The Cybersecurity Self-Help Guide, is published by world's leading publisher Taylor and Francis and is available worldwide. He has the distinction of having his name entered in the Limca Book of Records under the category Most Computer Books Written at the age of 37. He has holds many other national and international records. So I would like to request sir to come forward and please share some insights with us and give us exposure hands-on session on the topic combating cybercrime, tools, tips and tricks.
And a very warm welcome to this session on combating cybercrime. First of all, thank you very much all the educators and organizers of City University who invited me for this talk. And all the best for your Code Fest Hackathon. Actually, this is a wonderful thing. You know, the Facebook Messenger is the product of the Hackathon. Skype, its basic engine, is a product of Hackathon. So I'm sure you will be developing apps, working on back end, front end, designing, but take care of the cybersecurity. Like if you're developing an app, make sure that you test it dynamically and also statically. There should not be any loophole because these apps are basically make us vulnerable. They can talk to each other. They can share data. When we give access to them to access our microphone and video, it means we are handing them all the things, all control of smartphone to those apps. So we have limited time, so I will start. So it's nothing new what I'm going to tell you. You already know, but maybe I will tell you in some different way. Hello, yeah. So before we talk about cybersecurity, we must enter into the world of cybercrime. Let us see what's happening there. First of all, this is news in 2020, news of 2020 that cybercrime has risen how many times? 500% times. And this is only the official statistics. And I believe only 1% of the cybercrimes are reported. So it's rising exponentially. There is no data available for the rise of cybercrime. And if you think that WhatsApp or Signal, these things are non-hackable, then forget it. You know, till 2019, a vulnerability existed in WhatsApp that it could have been hacked with a missed call. Till 2019, end of 2019. You can imagine the severity of vulnerabilities we can have in our daily use apps. That was buffer overflow vulnerability. You can find it on internet that WhatsApp vulnerability of buffer overflow 2019, it will give you the complete report. And fraudulent ATM transactions are basically making life hell for people. Educated people are joining these gangs of cyber criminals. Yesterday I was reading a news that class 6th dropout hacked security systems of all luxury cars. Maybe Mercedes or BMW or Volvo, 6th class dropout. You don't have to read the complete news, you can just concentrate on headlines. This cyberbullying, cyber stalking is becoming very common in schools basically. And OLX, you just put anything on sale on OLX or want to buy anything from OLX, first call you will get from a scammer. Either he will try to send you a QR code to scan, or some army personnel will contact you with an iCard. Even educated people are getting scammed. And most of these frauds are related to KYC these days. What is KYC basically? What is it? Just a PAN card and Aadhaar card? But people just are afraid when somebody tells them to update the KYC. They immediately click the link to update the KYC. And everything is hackable. Your devices are safe until you switch it on. Till they are switched off, they are safe. But as you switch it on, they become vulnerable. You know, your cars, these can also be hacked. They have sensors. And the most probable time is that when you lock your car. At the same frequency, somebody can make you that your car does not get locked. It remains unlocked. And of course, there are many sensors inside which can be hacked. Please, I think you also understand very well that you should not put your status on any social media platform, because you can see all these 4 cases have a similar modus operandi, that somebody uploaded the status or uploaded the photograph, they went out for a holiday. And it is a research study that 78% of convicted prisoners, they confess that they used to target properties and people taking you from social media sites. And she was an Infosys employee. She was trying to sell old bicycle for rupees 3,000, and she was duped of 24,800. And she was an Infosys employee. This is social engineering basically. You must have heard about social engineering, playing with the mind of people, taking advantage of goodness of people. So it is social engineering which is basically making you to click on that particular link. They try all things, phishing, smishing, wishing, to cheat people. This is an example of phishing basically. And this message, I received this message, but I don't have any my account in SBI. Why am I receiving this message? If I would have clicked on this link, something definitely bad could have happened to my smartphone. You know, all these cybercrime news and stories are in my Instagram account. There is a section highlight reporting. There are 100 stories in that. And yes, encrypted chats can be analyzed. And now we keep on passing such links. I was trying to install Hindi keyboard on my phone, and I got this permission to click on this permission. Why to collect all text that you type? Why this condition is there? Is it a keylogger? It could have collected my credit card number, debit card number, everything. So I did not give permission to install that keyboard. I didn't install. And you know, our phone is basically like our sixth finger. It is extension of our body part. We are always carrying it. We are socializing through it. We are transacting through it. We are doing everything on our mobile phone, and that is the most vulnerable device in our house. because these apps, basically you don't know what is the intention of the developer of the app. Even if the app is safe, you don't know the intention. Maybe he is collecting all the data what you are saving in your saving on your smartphone. So have minimum apps on your phone. And this is the, I think, historical scam which is still working on, and it is still successful. And these extortion cases are basically targeting senior citizens. I recently conducted a workshop for senior citizens based on this. Somebody will first send them a request on Facebook, then he or she will become a friend on WhatsApp, then a video call will go to that person, that senior citizen, most probably male, and when he will receive the call, then some objectionable video will be created of him, that he is watching something objectionable. And the moment when he disconnects the phone, till then 3 or 4 seconds had been passed and a video had been created, and then other person will start blackmailing that senior citizen. So I got many requests because I'm maintaining many cybersecurity groups. So mostly they are complaining that their father or their aged person in their family are facing this problem. So I conducted many webinars based on this. And these UPI apps, these are perfectly safe. But thing is that only we don't know how to use this properly. And this is really disturbing that 67% of the malware is coming from Play Store. I also tell that you download apps only from Play Store, official Play Store. But 67% of the malware is coming from Play Store, then where is the protection? Now I ask you, you have an antivirus for your laptop, for your desktop, but do you have it for your smartphone? How many of you have? Just raise your hand. How many of you have an antivirus for your phone? 1, 2, only 2 people, maybe out of 150 or 100. So this is the reason basically. I use Kaspersky, that's a very good antivirus. Bitdefender is good antivirus. Have it for your smartphone. That is the most essential thing. Even essential than having it for your laptop and for your PC. And nothing is safe. High severity vulnerabilities means to hack, the hacker does not need special tools. He can easily take control of your iCloud. So iOS is not safer than Android. So at least you should work on these parameters to get a complete security. This is a security cycle. Now, this is little bit about myself. Sir has already given my introduction. So I'll just skip through this part fast. I've been writing books for last 25 years. I've written on artificial intelligence, different programs, programming languages, cybersecurity. I was first to introduce the concept of cybersecurity in school books. That was in 2014. This book was launched in 2014. So I will share some story with you. Interesting story. That's about that extortion I was telling. One of my friend's father was browsing net. Actually, that day nobody was at home. So what he did was, we get option log in with Facebook, log in with Google. So he decided to serve some naughty website, and instead of creating an account, he just did log in with Facebook. And after a few minutes, he starting getting messages कि शर्मा साहब आप क्या कर रहे हो, क्या देख रहे हो? And he was surprised that how everybody is noticing that he has visiting this website. Basically what he did was he logged in with Facebook, and that notification went to all his contacts that Mr. Sharma is visiting this website and he is liking this website. You also please visit this website. Now he was troubled what to do. Then he rang up. Beta, मैं बहुत disturbed हूँ. Now tell me what to do. Sir, now you can't undo what has been done, but at least now put a status that your account has been hacked. It is not in your control, and somebody is sending some mischievous messages. Please ignore those messages. So you never know at what point you will get some problem. Always be ready for the disaster management program. That is very essential. I will share one more actual story. There was a journalist in Mumbai. In Mumbai, rooms are very expensive, so she had one room set and a laptop there. She was working on the laptop, and one day she decided to conduct a survey on online relationships. So she had many followers. She requested the followers to give her the reviews on the topic online relationships. She got lots of emails, attachments, messages. So anyway, that report was done and sent and published. And after 1 year, accidentally one of her friends found that her video was live streaming on an objectionable website. Complete 1 year. And mind it, that was only a single room she had where all the activities were done, and laptop was also placed in that room. So basically, when she got the attachments, she got the link, she clicked on some link, and her webcam was hacked, and her video was live streamed to some objectionable website. And this is the actual story. So be careful with your webcams and your smartphone cameras. You can have covers, you can have apps like Cameraless is an app where you can plop your cameras. So be careful with your cameras. So these are just some of the webinars, and I keep getting invitations from various TV channels and radios, FM radios, to entertain queries of listeners on this cybercrime, and this is a webinar time. So this is for Punjab University. And don't undermine the importance of digital evidence. This is my book. This is available internationally. And this is my recent book. This will be available in your library, because I just gifted a few copies to Honorable Chancellor Sir and requested them to keep it in the library. You can refer to this book. This book is very interesting. This is in a comic format, all graphical, first of its kind. So I will stop here the world of cybercrime. Now, I will be explaining only important things. I don't need to tell what is cybercrime. There are many type of hackers. Okay, you already know. We are concentrating basically on black hats. Hacking, yes. Hacking is a type of cybercrime. It can be done in two ways. One is through tools. Let us suppose that you have gone to a cyber cafe, you log into your Facebook account or Gmail account, and there is a keylogger, recording software which recorded your username and password. That is through tools. But the most dangerous thing is social engineering. Social engineering is basically taking advantage of goodness of people. Let us suppose, I will give you an example. A child, your neighbor's child come to you. Or let us say, your neighbor comes to your child, or to your nephew, or to your brother, younger brother, and tell that, look beta, मैंने नया smartphone लिया है, and it is very fast. You connect it to your Wi-Fi and play your favorite game. Your game will run very fast. तो छोटा बच्चा फोन लेता है, कनेक्ट करता है, कनेक्ट करने के बाद गेम खेलता है, गेम खेल के आपके पड़ोसी को फोन वापस कर देता है. But what happened in between was that your password, your Wi-Fi password was saved into that mobile phone. Now your neighbor can access your Wi-Fi anytime. So he used social engineering to get your password. So this is the most dangerous thing and base of all types of cybercrime. If somebody wants to make you click on a link, if somebody wants to make you download an attachment, he has to use social engineering. He has to convince you that you do it and it is in your favor, and only then you will do it. Because we keep clicking on the click here to win a free trip to Goa, click here to win a free iPad, click here to win something, a date with Ranbir Kapoor. We keep on, these kind of things are basically which put you in trouble. You all know about phishing, okay? Phishing pages, you know that you must take care of the URL. An interesting thing I noticed in this, if you go to the actual page, what you have to do is, you need to enter the customer ID, you click on continue, and then you will enter the password and your account will open. And interestingly, this customer ID is also printed on the statement which comes to your house by post. And we generally tear it off and throw it in the dustbin. Let us suppose that somebody picks that statement in the dustbin, opens the HDFC portal and enter that customer ID. He will click on continue, then the site will ask for the password. He doesn't know the password. But let us suppose that he enters a wrong password 3 times or 4 times. What will happen? Your account will be blocked. So hacking is just not like finding a key to the lock. It is also like hammering the lock so much that even an original owner cannot open it. So you need to be very careful what you throw in dustbin. A term has been specially created for this type of hacking, dumpster diving. Be careful with your photocopies of your Aadhaar card, PAN card, ATM slips. Whatever you throw in dustbin should be properly destroyed. Otherwise, anybody can pick that, can take a loan, rent an apartment, can get semi-issued. Many things can be done. Even the last digits of credit card are always printed on whenever you use your card, and those 4 digits can play really a havoc in your life. Email spoofing, this is very simple, I don't need to explain. But I need to tell you one thing. Something about the Gmail. I will open my inbox. Gmail is the most secure system. You connect it to your mobile phone, implement 2FA, and you are secured. I'm just going to show you my inbox. मेरी एज में inbox में क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. So I'm not afraid. Don't worry. How to? First of all, this is just to take the pointer. This is I think you all of you know, and it will show you the actual address from where the email has come. You can see that it is okay. hdfcbank.net. I know that this is the original domain name. And now what you can do is, other thing is, check for show original. Check for these three parameters: SPF, DKIM and DMARC. These are email authentication parameters. These should be passed. If it is passed, it means your mail is secure, domain has not been spoofed, and you can open this email. And you should also know how to analyze an email header. We can't discuss here because of shortage of time, but you must know how to analyze an email header. And other thing I wanted to show you in this Gmail, just go to the bottom, click on details. Just click on details. What you will get is actually 10 last login details. Now internet connectivity is not there, so I cannot show you, but you will get 10 last login details where time of access is mentioned, IP address is mentioned. Okay, before going to the next topic, I just want to know what is an IP address. Who will explain it to me? BTech students are here. What is an IP address? Just raise your hand. You should know what is an IP address. Who will tell me? Yes.
It's an internet protocol address. So it's a ID होती है हमारे device की.
Okay. Or anybody else? Who can? Yes. IP address. Yes. It is basically an identity which is unique within a network. That is essential to know. अपने राउटर का IP address किसी को पता है क्या है? You know? Yes.
192.168.1.1.
Okay. And how do you know this?
Because राउटर के बैक पे लिखा होता है राउटर की ये जो मैनुअल होते हैं और राउटर का जो लॉगिन होता है जैसे कि राउटर आ गया सिस्को राउटर्स आ गए
Right.
यहाँ पर होता है मास्क आईपी होती है *21# लास्ट की जो लास्ट आईपी होती है .1 से लेके .67.121.1 ये चीज जो करके अलग-अलग यूजर्स को कनेक्ट करती है और ये
Is there any command to find it out?
thing that one we can check and we can check the Wireshark on the open ports and see how many IPs are there and how it's
Simple IP config command is there. You must be knowing. ठीक है? उसमें physical address लिखा जाएगा. That is the IP address of your router. Sit down. Good. Why do you people send spoofed email? We were talking of spoofed email. First of all, you must be knowing about the ransomware. It locks your computer, it locks your file, it makes you unreadable. What is the protection? Protection is only that first you have the backup, daily backup of your files. Secondly, you have encrypted your drive. Encrypted means it is already unreadable. If somebody takes control of your computer, takes control of your data, it is unreadable for him or her. How to do that? Windows है इसमें देखते हैं कैसे करते हैं. I will just there is a utility BitLocker. BitLocker. So net चाहिए होगा थोड़ी देर तक. Okay, now you can see that BitLocker on drive C I have made it on. Okay, it's not visible here. So screen. So you just need to click on this. turn on BitLocker. Now what it will do is, it is encrypting my drive. Now my drive is encrypted. It is no use of hacker. So if you have important photographs, files, do encrypt it. Because this is a misconception these days that ransomware comes to big companies only, corporates only. It comes to personal computers also. If you have some important files, videos, and then person will be blackmailing you with some ransom. So be careful with this. You can create a password, and I need a password to open that right now. So now I will skip to the last section. Tell me, how many of you have a website, or maybe your father's business has a website, or your personal website? Just raise your hand. Okay.
Why hyperdimension not online?
Which hosting plan it has?
As the license server plan.
No, like we have shared hosting. There are different types of hosting plans. Shared IP, shared hosting, dedicated IP, shared hosting, dedicated IP, dedicated hosting, VPS hosting. I will show you how that it makes a difference. You know, shared hosting is like a waiting room on railway station. Many people are sleeping in that room. Let us suppose that a thief enters. What happens? So एक का सामान तो उठाएगा नहीं, सबका सामान उठा के चला जाएगा वो. That is shared hosting basically. And sometimes it is shared IP also. एक IP के ऊपर 100 websites होती हैं. And when somebody, and you know the Google, when blocks some website, it does not blocks the URL of that website, it blocks the IP. So all the website hosted on that particular IP will get blocked. And now the importance of digital evidence, what I was telling you. What is digital evidence? Anybody knows? What is digital evidence? What is digital evidence? Digital evidence is basically, let us see somebody sends you an objectionable WhatsApp message. Okay, you just take the screenshot of it, that will become the digital evidence. Because if you have to report a cybercrime, you need to give your digital evidence with that. Otherwise, your report won't be undetected. And there is an extension, Chrome extension, Nimbus. With that, you can completely capture the screen. Let us suppose somebody has morphed your photograph, has put on a website which is 10 pages long, and digital evidence should be such that it is not altered. You should take a screenshot of 10 pages, which is not possible. So there is an extension, Nimbus. Use that extension and try it. Now I am coming to the section ATM frauds. How these ATM frauds happen. ATM frauds. Basically, skimmers are used. You know, this is the original device and this is the skimmer. This is placed on top of the original device. When the card is inserted, whatever is on the stripe will be recorded. Now the person needs your PIN also. There are false PIN pad overlays. When you will enter the PIN will be entered, but it will also be captured. Now the person has detail of your card and the PIN. Blank cards are available or online. Blank cloners are available online. This is a complete setup. This is the normal ATM. But you can see that brochure holder has a camera. So whenever you see some device around your ATM, it means there is something suspicious going on. And as I said, then stolen data is downloaded from skimmers, cloned, Duplicate cards are available, cloners are available, duplicate card is made and transaction can happen anywhere. Don't depend on the OTPs because OTPs are for India only or some countries. Those are mandatory. Otherwise, you try to do shopping on a US website, you won't get an OTP. You can see the protection. Use the EVM chip cards. You can also remove the CVV and remember it because if you drop your card, nobody will be able to use your card because for online shopping, CVV is required. UPI apps. You know, these days, everywhere there are QR codes. Scan here to know more about the product, scan here to do this, scan here to do that, but you must know that a QR code is basically complete programming behind it. It can redirect you to any website, it can install any malware on your smartphone. And most frauds are happening through these QR codes only. One can simply paste a malicious QR code on the top of a genuine QR code. It is very easy. By rule, I never scan a QR code. If I have to make a payment, I tell the person, you tell me your mobile number and I will make the payment. I never scan a QR code. So that's it. This is the golden rule that the most people make a mistake that they link their main account because besides taking all precautions, it is possible that something bad happens. And if your main account is linked with your UPI app like PhonePe, GPay, then all money can go. Okay, this is not, no, this is not. So this is last how to report a cybercrime. I think you must know. This is a portal, basically cybercrime.gov.in. All details are there. You can file a complaint with the digital evidence. So that's it. That was the last slide. These are my contact details. If you have any question, you can ask now or you can email me later. Whatever you want, you can do. Any question you have? Any question? Or should I start asking you questions? Is there any app with which you can know how many devices are connected to your Wi-Fi? Is there any app you know? Name of any app? Come on. There are simple apps like Fing, F-I-N-G. Fing is there. Who is on my Wi-Fi is there. You just need to install it, open it, and you can see how many devices are connected. And you can see that at your home, if you have only 3 devices, how come it is showing 10 devices? It means your Wi-Fi has been hacked. So what will be your next step when you find out your Wi-Fi has been hacked? Who will tell me? Yes? Yes? Password change, right. How will you change the Wi-Fi password? Who will tell me? How to change a Wi-Fi password? How many of you know? It is a very common situation when you have to change your Wi-Fi password. It can happen anytime. And in routine, you should also change your Wi-Fi password after 15 or 20 days. Nobody knows how to change the Wi-Fi password? Yes, please. Go to your router settings, okay? Find your IP address of your router. It's most probably 192.168.0.1 or 1.1. Or you can find basically give the on the command prompt give the IP config and it will show you address of your router. Type in the address bar, your router settings will open. And there you can enter username and password to enter your router settings and change your Wi-Fi password. Use these apps. Okay. There is one app, Router Check, to check all the things about your router. Its DNS, its security protocol, its IP address, whatever is there in your router, that Router Check will check. Ping I told you, network scanner I told you, Nimbus extension is used for collecting digital evidence. And there are many apps like which can connect your whole family. All of you can know where your position is. That is called Family Locator. Family Locator is there. So any question if you want to ask? No? So that's sum up here. And all the best for your hackathon. And be careful with your phone, your smartphone, because these days you must have heard about Pegasus. Pegasus is basically a very dangerous kind of thing which can record everything on your device, but it is not for us because that is generally between the governments. Okay? It can record your chatting, it can record your webcam, it can record your voice through the microphone, but it is very expensive to install, so it is generally for the governments. But there are many siblings of Pegasus. Like I usually get the message that on the subscription base, you give us 500 rupees monthly, give us the mobile phone, and we will hack the mobile phone for you. Every call the person is making, every WhatsApp message he or she is sending will come to you also. So be very careful with your smartphone. Install minimum apps, look for the permission, change the permissions. You should know how to find your lost phone, how to erase the data from your phone. Let us suppose that you dropped it somewhere and you know that you cannot recover it. You should know how to erase the data now. Always update your operating system, your browser, your antivirus regularly. Have an antivirus for your smartphone. Never use a Wi-Fi without a VPN. Free Wi-Fi which you cannot trust without a VPN. Okay? VPN is as necessary now as an antivirus. So these few small things can really make a difference in your life. Otherwise, once I tell you disaster happens, you go to any site, you dial any helpline number, nothing is going to happen. Because this cybercrime is borderless basically. Somebody is from US basically, let us suppose, using the services of Germany is hacking a mobile phone in India, then 3 countries need to collaborate to find that person. It is very difficult. So nothing is going to happen. So be prepared for. What I feel is cybercrime is like a death. Okay? You don't realize the severity till it happens to your near ones, your loved ones. हमें लगता है कि ये एक्सीडेंट होते हैं, लोग दूसरे ही मरते हैं, लेकिन जब किसी अपने का एक्सीडेंट होता है, उसको चोट लगती है, तो हमें लगता है नहीं यार, अब किसी के साथ भी हो सकता है. So be careful. Because cybercrime can happen anywhere, anybody, and be ready to collect the digital evidence. पहले सोच के रखो कि कौन से digital evidence कैसे collect करने. I will share a little story with you. A person claimed that his house is on fire. His house went on fire and everything was destroyed. And with very difficulty he escaped from the house. He jumped from the rooftop and then he collected his document and with very much difficulty escaped. So when he claimed all insurance claim was passed, at the last moment someone suspected that this is a made up story. Because the person was 75 years old, he jumped from the rooftop, he collected the document, but how to prove that he is the wrong? There is no proof. But he had a pacemaker in his heart. You know, pacemaker is something which controls your heartbeats. जब आपकी heartbeats irregular हो जाती है ना, pacemaker डालते हैं उसमें. So insurance person that he suspected, अगर इतना कुछ हुआ है, तो इसका मतलब है कि इसकी heartbeats ऊपर नीचे हुई होंगी, BP ऊपर नीचे हुआ होगा. So they got him medically tested और pacemaker में सारी recording रहती है कि heartbeat जो है कौन से दिन कितनी थी. They found nothing abnormal in his heartbeats, in his BP for that particular day. And then they probed more and found out that it was an arson. उसने अपने घर में खुद आग लगाई थी, just to take that insurance claim. So that is the importance of digital evidence. So be ready for collecting the digital evidence. कभी कुछ होता है, कोई मैसेज भेजता है आपको, इग्नोर नहीं करना है. उससे पहले कि डिलीट करें, उसका डिजिटल एविडेंस लेके, उसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेके अपने पास रख लो. Because if you have to find the report with the cybercrime police, you need that digital evidence. Again, I will share one more story. एक बिल्कुल सुनसान जगह है, रात का टाइम है, वहां पे एक डेड बॉडी मिलती है और डेड बॉडी इस तरह से म्यूटिलेटेड है कि यू कैन नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज. उसके दो ही सिर्फ आइडेंटिफायर्स हैं. एक कहता जी मैंने सुबह मॉर्निंग वॉक पे निकला मैं 5 बजे, तो मैंने इसको तब देखा था. और एक कहता जी मैंने रात को 11 बजे मैं नाइट इवनिंग वॉक पे या आफ्टर डिनर वॉक पे निकला था, तब मैंने इसको देखा था. यानी कि उसका मर्डर जो है 11 to 5 के बीच में हुआ. नाउ वेयर इज द डिजिटल एविडेंस? सिर्फ वो दो आदमी हैं जिन्होंने डेड बॉडी देखी थी, अदरवाइज देयर इज नो रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ डेड बॉडी. अब होता क्या है कि your mobile devices are always connected to mobile towers, and the mobile towers they have all these call detail records. तो उस टाइम में, उस ड्यूरेशन में जितने भी मोबाइल फोन्स उस कॉल टावर से जो पास में डेड बॉडी थे, जो कनेक्टेड थे, उनकी रिकॉर्ड डिटेल ली गई और उससे जो है वो फाइंड आउट किया गया कि वो मर्डर जो कौन कौन से लोग थे उस टाइम वहाँ पे आए थे, एंड द पर्सन वाज फाउंड. सो डिजिटल एविडेंस कहीं से भी निकल सकता है, कभी भी निकल सकता है. डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट्स हमेशा वहां पे रहते हैं. अगर आप सोचते हो आपने किसी का फेक प्रोफाइल मार दिया, आपने किसी को मैसेज भेज दिया, कुछ कर दिया, एंड दैट विल बी वेरी बैड बिकॉज दैट कैन बी डिस्कवर्ड इवन आफ्टर 20 years. दे आर स्पेशल, यू नो, ओसेंट. सुना कभी ओपन सोर्स इंटेलिजेंट OSINT? Yes, OSINT basically it's about the searching the digital footprints. बहुत सारी fields है cyber security के अंदर. So that is specially made to find the digital footprints. So that's it. Thank you very much, and you can contact me anytime when you want.
I'm thankful to Arun Soni sir for sharing some insightful information with us. I am sure each one of us must have gained some knowledge out of this and have learned pros and cons of using social media platform. How we should protect ourselves from our cybersecurity crimes. It was a wonderful session. We are highly grateful to you for taking time out from your precious time. Thank you once again, sir. So now I would request you all participants to reach the ground floor, C block, and first of all you have to register yourself to Jasprit Kaur ma'am.
The idea approach in details. I'll read the problem and the idea approach out, and my teammates over here would come and explain into a further concept so everyone could understand. To help save time in procuring transparency and party, AI softwares can take into account all your needs in terms of products needed for the office supplies and any specifications for those products, and then give suggestions for your next best contract or supplies based on work which or managed. This will shorten your time spent on sourcing and help to ensure you're getting the best deal possible. AI can assist your team in each sourcing items and help with bidding. AI softwares can place bids on behalf of suppliers, send out RFIs, requests for information, or RFPs, requests for proposals, and track your project performance in real time. AI or ML can also help classify and interpret hundreds of billions in transaction data, which can be leveraged to aid predictive analysis, resulting in procurement organizations taking intelligent decisions. AI will monitor, review, and extract insights from contracts that can be used both today and in future to help minimize risk and maximize opportunities for saving. While you are focused on making sure all your products' needs are met. Catalog management isn't always easy, and there are often multiple versions of products being managed at once across different catalog suppliers. Once you receive an invoice from your suppliers via app inbox, and it will be linked to the finance department for payment, the next step would be to identify the next step would be to identify and extract all detailed information. The technology stack, SQL, there is a need to have a database for AI to work hand in hand with it. Then JavaScript. This will be used for users' interaction with web pages. There must be a navigation on the website. Then HTML. This will be needed to create a web page where the users can have a friendly interface. Python. There must be an effective role of data science through AI or ML. Then Ruby. Since it is an e-commerce app, Ruby needs to enhance its effectiveness. Java. The application must be able to be used on mobile phones. HTML. This will be needed to create a web page where the user can have a friendly interface. Python. There must be an effective role of data science. Okay, sorry, that one has been repeated. Then Java. The application must be able to be used on mobile phones. Then usage cases, to fasten the process of electronic procurement, to ensure effective security in e-procurement, to ensure transparency in procurement, to establish an appropriate and tailored strategy, to harden smooth dynamic requests. Then dependence or showstoppers, market research, online communications, online transactions, vendor onboarding and management, spending analysis. So my teammate will take over and explain further.
Good afternoon once again. I'm Opoku Kofi, and it's a privilege this afternoon to be here to demonstrate or tell us about our program, which is going to solve not even in India, but rather solving the problem for international wide. Because procurement is very good aspect, which it's been needed in any aspect of our daily life to every institution. And with the government to be procured, actually it takes a process. I would like us to just go through the process, how formally procurement was being done and how our system is going to solve that problems that was encountered by the previous procurement problems. So, to be procured from a supplier to a company, you need some processes, okay? And the processes start from the fact that the user department will request from the procurement officer or the procurement team. So, the user department will write something that we call a purchase requisition to the procurement department. After the procurement department has vetted the requisition, it will now go to the finance department. But before, the procurement officer will rather develop or create something that we call purchase order to the suppliers, which will be vetted by the finance. For the finance to just check their coffers if the amount involved is very much. And after the finance department has been vetted and agreed, then it will finally go to whoever, either the general manager or who need to be authorized, the final thing, which was manually. And when this cycling will rather delay the time that will be spent inside, then it will get to the supplier. The supplier will want to also go to the market, whatever, to search for those things. Maybe it doesn't have a warehouse. So it takes time. So automatically, when the user department need a thing urgently, you realize that it will be delaying. So we are trying to have an AI aspect that will just try and minimize the time. The procurement won't stress themselves going through the processes, bringing the purchase requisition from the user department, getting to the procurement officer. Inside the procurement officer department or procurement officer, he or she rather goes through a process like searching for quotations, going to the market to check quantity, quality, price, everything. So the AI, we are introducing AI to just sort everything from the market, just get the average prices from the suppliers, the resources, availability of every item that will be needed by the company or the institution or the state, so that it will be very simple. So our program is just to have an app which the procurement officer or the user department will just be at his or office confidentially, order the thing on the app. The app will then alert the procurement officer. Then he will vet it. After the vetting, he will send it straight to the whoever is in charge to authorize. The person to also watching, get to the account office. The account office will check their coffers if the things are okay, their coffers are okay. Then one day, those transactions will be sent to the supplier without any challenges. So getting the suppliers is not the duty of the procurement manager to just search the supplier, because in research has let us know that millions of dollars has been wasted through the procurement department, through the thing that we call conflict of interest. You know, when the procurement officer knows somebody, automatically he or she directly give contract to. So the AI is going to sort the suppliers randomly according to the cost, the less cost and the quality that the things will need or the user department will need. So it's not the procurement officer duties to just go to the market or get quotations or just do what the manual work. Our system is going to check everything. So whatever the procurement manager needs to get is to just wait till the system get him or her the best customers or the best suppliers for those products. And after the things has been delivered, things are not going to check manual. We are going to check the thing with the system. The system is going to check with the purchase order that was being raised by the procurement department, so that it will be received with the user department who ordered it. So the process will be very creative, very good, and very easy to access. It will be on your phone. Whoever is there, or wherever the person is, can access it and authorize it, so that the system will be flexible and accessible easily. So, assuming city, university, procurement department need Bob, and the person who is in charge to authorize is on leave. Normally, they need to wait till the person comes before, and it delays. So, with this system, we are going to check it. And as we mentioned, the tools that we are going to use was being mentioned earlier. So, it will be very great. So, we end here our presentation here, And if any questions is there, we are ready to answer. And our coding team was also working hard to get us the code. We wish ourselves good luck. Thank you very much.
So first of all, good afternoon all present here. I'm thankful to the whole team of CT for organizing this wonderful event. Today I'm coming up with the problem statement of examination portals. As you all know, during COVID-19, our exams were held online and we were facing so many problems like camera freeze हो जाता था या फिर portal सही से काम नहीं करता था, and also students were doing cheating during that. Just to control that cheating part, we are today coming up with the problem statement anti-cheat examination portal. So हमारे पास already ऐसे portals हैं, but लेकिन this anti-cheat examination portal will include more efficient and more improved sound detection, camera detection, एंड देखेगा ये कि आप कैसी कैसी मूवमेंट्स कर रहे हो कैमरा के सामने और उनको भी ऑब्जर्व करेगा, और जो भी मूवमेंट होगी उन सब में हम मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल्स लगाएंगे जिसमें कि यॉन, कफ या फिर स्नीज़ को भी वो डिटेक्ट करेगा ताकि उन पर वार्निंग्स ना आए, क्योंकि अगर उन पर भी वार्निंग्स आएगी तो एग्ज़ाम जो है वो ऑटो सबमिट हो जाएगा. So just to avoid that, we will include some machine learning models for that, not now but लेकिन future में, because in 24 hours it will be very difficult to include those machine learning models, and it will have log features so that students can log their answer after uploading that question, answer of the question, and all the answers will be uploaded in once in a single PDF form too. And the question will not be downloaded, and screenshots will be logged, and the tab will also log. If you have ever noticed, if you just select some word on the Google, not opening the next tab, just select the simple word, any word on the tab, and Google will just give you brief about that question too, about that word, drop down in the menu. So we will avoid that thing too, that will be logged too, so there will be no chance of cheating, but it will be controlled at some limit. If someone still want to do cheating, then he can, but all the things we have observed are logged. Like sometimes we just connect earphones or Bluetooth devices and we just roll some tape on that, on the mic of that, and we are just seeing that the mic is open but still there's no voice, but students are doing cheating. It will detect that thing too if someone is having Bluetooth connected with them or the earphones connected with them. So we will try our best, we will give our best, we will try to do much more than we can do in 24 hours. So that's it. Thank you.
So good morning everyone. My name is Amanpreet Kaur and I am here to represent my team App Society. So our problem statement is queue management system. So first of all, what are queues? So queues are basically waiting lines that leads to a destination one after another. As in daily routines, we are habitual of waiting in queues, like for appointment, as we are having appointment for doctor, or while placing an order in a restaurant. So in here also in university, we are all waiting for nodes to be signed while waiting in queues. So we have all come up with an idea, that is queue management system. Like our web app name is YQ, one queue management system to rule them all. A free and open source queue management system which would revolutionize the client appointment workflow. So in market also there are such softwares available. So what's unique in our web app? First of all, it is free, easy to use and widely compatible with every situation. Also we are integrating Google Maps that will notify you when to arrive at your destination before 30 minutes. Like you will have a notification that yes, now you can arrive at your destination. So we are using technologies like .NET Framework, SignalR, SQL Server and Angular. It can be used in restaurant takeaways, healthcare appointments, and we can use literally anywhere where a waiting queue exists. We can also integrate that in our university system for node use, like in account office. So we are using like data analysis, travel time also included in ETA, that is estimated time of arrival. Email and SMS notifications will be there. QR code receipts with verifications. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my appellation is Yash Pitrana, and today I'm standing in front of you people to present a PPT or to showcase our ideology, which is pertaining to a problem, and not typically a problem, but for the sake of making it convenient for the parents and teachers to see the real-time outcome or the progress of the students. So there are majorly three things which are just put in the problem statement given by the Maharashtra government. So that three things are: very first, the real-time growth analysis of the student. The second one is the program on what we are going to work, the software which we are going to work on must be inclusive of the strategies which must be capable to include the co-curriculum growth of the student, so that we can make a relation, like if the student is doing good in the academics, then he must be doing good in academics, and all that stuff must be comparatively represented in a way so that teachers can not only know that their student or the ward is doing great in the academics, but also in the physical or other activities. Now the third major thing what they need is that is the program. The program must be inclusive of the three things, and the last thing. So this program is going to be this program is going to be innovative, because we are going to put up an innovative idea, like the way we used to see the report cards. So in our traditional way report cards, we used to see like the cynosure of the report cards used to be on the academics. If I ask you like what is the cynosure, then you will be only focused on the numbers. But if I ask you what about the grades and all that stuff, so if you go and ask the students, they will say we are least bothered about these things. So we are going to take measures so that we can make it comparatively better, like we can show the academic progress and all that other program, all the stuff which student is doing, like somebody used to be good in speaking, somebody used to be good at sports, so that all stuff is not always included in the report card. So we are going to take that innovative ideas into the report cards. We are going to come up with the idea of e-report card system, so that would be generated at the end of the year automatically, and that would be inclusive of the graphs. Actually, the cynosure of our project is the technology which we are working on is Power BI. So if I talk about the technology stack of our project, then we are going to work on the Flask, Python, SQL Server, NGINX servers, OS, and Power BI. And Power BI is the key thing which we are going to implement in our program. So this is going to be a major thing in our program, and this is going to be an innovative thing in our program actually. And these are the common things like JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. So this is how we are going to work. But in this coding session of 24 hours, we are going to utilize, we are going to make a simulator model. So in that, we would be using the technologies like ASP.NET, C#. We will be using the language C#, and the key technology Power BI would be there. Now so in our project there would be three major users. So the very first would be high-brass authorities, second one would be the teachers, and third one would be the parents. So we are going to create a software which would not only be useful for the parents to make it convenient for them to understand the real-time growth of the student, but also for the school authorities, like the principal would be able to see the real-time growth of the whole school in few clicks. So how it is going to happen actually? So if I make it clear to you, like if we are given factual data, like we having 10 to 50 entries, and we have to make a relation like which one is the bigger and which one is the smaller. Then it is always better to use the graphs, because the graphs are the things which make it easier for anybody to get the sense like what is happening in a few frictions of seconds. So if we will be using the graphs, so it will become very convenient for the parents to see the real-time growth of the student in a frictions of seconds. And one of the best thing is that teachers will be also helped with this program. Like if I give you an example, like if there is one teacher and he is teaching 7 to 8 classes, then if there are 50 students in one class, then count is going to go above 500, and one teacher can't just analyze that what is the progress on the day-to-day basis, what student is progressing on the day-to-day basis. I'm not just denigrating the teacher's capability, but the thing is they can only make a notion like this is the progress, student is average, below the average, above the average, but they can't be go that much factually. But if we are going to use this technology, then it will become very convenient, because teachers wouldn't be required to just make the calculations, hectic calculations, because that is going to be a very laborious work for the teachers to do that on the day-to-day basis, because they can't do it on the day-to-day basis, because already they are doing a lot more red tapeism, and I don't think so in this day and age they are required to do that stuff, and they must be totally focused on inculcating the skills in the students. Now coming to the last, okay, it's fine. Okay, so we would if we try to put it in a scalable level. So if we as it is going to be a very big project, so it is going to be a state level project, and if we try to implement the things like we would be having the data of different districts. So we would be having the data of different districts and schools, and Power BI having the capability to show the data on the interactive graphs, on the real-time graphs, on the maps. So with that data, we can analyze like this is the district where the students are doing good in the academics, and this is the district where students are physically doing great. So by that, the government can make policies like this is the sector where we need to work on the academics, or this is the sector where the students are good in sports, so they can get the students out of or they can work on that, make the policies and all that stuff. Thank you.
My name is Tamik Fair, and I'm a student of second year, that is 4th semester, BTech CSC. So I'm here in front of you representing a team, so-called Infinity Coders, on the coming topic. So technology has been growing, and it has been advancing every single day. Now imagine you're having a business, you're selling shoes, and every day customers come to your business asking you different kind of queries. For instance, let us say the query you get every single day is what is the minimum price of the shoes you're selling, or perhaps what is the most expensive shoes that are on your shop. Now imagine you have to answer this kind of a query manually, that today you get 10 questions of the same kind, tomorrow you come again, you're getting questions of the same kind, the next day question of the same kind. It's quite tiresome. Now with the help of the new technologies using artificial intelligence and machine learning, we can develop chatbots, whereby these chatbots we are going to fill them with different kind of queries, and they are going to simplify such kind of work. And that kind of a problem has also been facing the UGC and HEI. So we look forward to solving that particular challenge with the following solution. With the problem statement that says development of the text-based chatbot capable of handling queries related to UGC and HEI. If you visit the webpage of UGC and HEI, you're going to understand that there are queries which have been asked there on day-to-day basis. But most of the queries, they're the same. So it becomes very difficult for people to handle same type of queries repetitively every single day. By doing so, we are going to develop a chatbot based on AI and machine learning, and that chatbot is going to be answering to those queries. So our project has been divided into 4 modules. First of all, we have authentication module, Then we have the translator part. We have input and output. So on the authentication, as we know, people who users of UGC and HIE web pages, they are students and some are institutions. So on the part of authentication, we are going to divide these users into two groups. The first group, as I said, of students, meaning students asking their queries. And the second part of the institutions. It means the queries asked by institutions and the queries asked by students, that sometimes different kind of queries. That's why we introduce this kind of authentication. Also, let us say, for instance, an institution wants to get the records of maybe its performances as per UGC guidelines. So that kind of very crucial information, not anybody from an institution can come and ask and get the answers. So it means there is supposed to be some kind of a procedure that somebody from a particular institution can follow those procedures and at the end get the answers. Let's say, for example, a person from CT wants to know CT records as per UGC. So it means there's supposed to be a specific login ID that authentify that that person is from City University and is from City University only, and hence you're supposed to give him all the records regarding City University. In a similar way, when another university is asked for records, it gets in that way. And on the second module is students, meaning students from all over India can ask their queries and get a response. Now, the second module, that is translator. So we have seen many chatbots, but they are mainly in English language. Now, come looking upon India as one of the countries with many languages that are being spoken, we have brought this unique feature in our chatbot, aiming at developing a chatbot that will be able to understand queries from different kind of language. For example, a person speaking Tamil can ask a query in Tamil and get an answer in Tamil. That is our main objective. So what will be happening is a person can ask a query in any language, we're able to translate it into English, manipulate it, fetch an answer, because in the FAQs page, all answers are in English. Then later on, translate those answers back to the local language the person used before. Now to the working part, that is input and output. So as I said, we are going to accept input in different kind of languages listed there. And also on the output, you're going to generate output as per the language a user initially placed. And this has to be very accurate. So let's look on our technology stack. So we're going to use artificial intelligence, natural language processing, machine learning, and Python with Tinker. Now, on the part of artificial intelligence and natural language processing, there are different some tools that we are going to employ in our project apart from coding. We are going to utilize a tool so-called IBM Watson. I believe most of us have heard of IBM Watson. So a short introduction, IBM Watson, it's a form of artificial intelligence that was created by Watson, and it has been gone popular, especially on year 2018. It participated in a debate. Imagine an artificial intelligence participating in a debate with humans. That's how powerful it is. So we are also going to integrate a part of that particular technology in our project to initiate accuracy and efficiency in the chatbot we are going to develop. Now, the usage cases. The goal, as I specified earlier, is to fetch queries in most accurate way and provide answers. Because out there are many chatbots, but looking onto them, not most of them are accurate, because some of them they're just based on a plain algorithms. You may find you're asking a different question and at the end the answer is different. So, basing on the technology stack that we are going to employ here, we can assure a high performance and high quality of the chatbot we are going to develop. Then dependencies. Our dependency on this project, we have searched for data gathered from different sites. For instance, we did some surveys from different students from different institutions regarding the questions that are being mostly asked, as well as we are on the basis of dialogue, we have gathered some information from the Google Dialog Flow. This again is a third-party modules that provides data and enhanceful conversation. So we are trying to ensure that when a person comes, first of all, a person should know he is not chatting with a person. That's the first rule, because a person might come if knows that he's chatting with a person and ends up
not getting that interaction as of a human being, because at the end the chatbot cannot provide 100% interaction as of a human being. So users have to be aware of that, because other than that, disappointments will just range. So basing on that, we're going to use Google Dialogflow to enhance better communication, as well as the UDC website's FAQ pages. Thank you very much.